We met Oswald in the summer of 1962, when we heard that there was a young couple who arrived from Russia and were in very difficult financial condition. So a friend of mine and myself drove to Fort Worth and found this tenement house where he was living near Montgomery Ward.
And were giving either crib or playpen or clothes for Marina. For instance, people were so wonderful that I believe she had close to 100 dresses in her wardrobe. And they were nice things. They weren't old, worn-out things, but they were just nice things that people had too many and they shared. And in fact, that was one of the biggest objections of Oswald, because it made it very difficult for him. He could never provide Marina with 100 dresses. But it's rather difficult to discuss people's married life, because what you see outside is not always goes on when you don't see the people. But from what we knew, they weren't very happy. But for some particular reason, they both didn't want to leave each other. And we found out that Oswald was beating Marina. Well, Marina spoke to me a few times about their actual married life, and she was, in a way, complaining that he was not aggressive enough, and he was not interested enough in sex, and quite often he would prefer reading or prefer just to do more work than attend to this. On the other hand, with her, it was quite important, and she definitely felt lack of it. So that could be also one of their problems. She teased him about sex, and she teased him about other little different things, about how he works, that he doesn't attend to this and he doesn't attend to that. And all these things should never be done in front of people, because it's the worst thing you can do to your husband, to say something publicly, even with the friends or with people you're supposed to know, but especially sex. I don't think that should never be mentioned. And that could be a very big point with him. He was humiliated by it, definitely.
I had the impression that he was in love with Marina, and that on his side there was no unhappiness.
What happened?
What's the thing I remember now, that he did not want Marina to learn English, maybe because he was an intensely jealous person. He did not want Marina to communicate with other people.
Make
well,
love to her or whatever.
one of the things struck me quite odd. Finally, we were talking to him. He was forbidding Marina to smoke outright. I was trying to explain to him that this is modern times. Women do smoke. Providing they smoke moderately, there's no harm in it at all. The worst thing he can do is forbid her smoking. And I believe I convinced him to permit Marina to smoke, which she was very happy, and she said once that, yes, she smokes, and it's all right. Then all of a sudden, we dropped by one evening to visit them, and then she went in the kitchen, and she came back quite upset. I said, what happened? She said, he just took cigarette out of my mouth and put it out on my shoulder.
What happened actually, you know, that I was standing there on the balcony, and my wife and Marina were looking at the rifle which was inside of a closet, you know. And Marina said to my wife, look at that idiot, he has a rifle here. Instead of buying food or necessities for our home, you know, he bought a rifle. And that's what I just overheard, but I actually did not even look in the closet, you know. And it seemed to me like such a ridiculous idea for Oswald to buy a rifle when he needed money so desperately, you know, that it was just a big joke, you know.
So we all start laughing how crazy it is, and then at a clear sky, George had a peculiar sense of humor sometimes. He said, did you take by any chance pot shot at Walker? And we all laughed at it like a greatest big joke, like nobody thought anything of it at all, because we never thought that anything like that could happen. And later on, from reading the papers, we heard that that's exactly what happened.